MD, just to go back to the previous question that we asked, when it comes to your meeting with FIU and the Inspector of Police after the meeting, look at a statement here from Mr. Francis Gatto. I think it's part of your part.
Yes.
Yes. Immediately after the meeting, Mr. Arimas was asked to open an account in the name of Abodi. What triggers that? Why anybody asked to open an account after the meeting?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So after the meeting, okay, during the meeting, okay, we added the police, the FIU, asked additional information from, during those it was fact finding, like they were asking for more information on these names. And then we were also asking for information on them. Why this meeting? So during those directions, we also picked some signals from them. And based on that, we had to then go back and then suspect, let's get this thing done a different way. Yeah.
Was this account a new account opened by Arimas, or was it an account at the shop to the one that was opened by Petroleum?
No, so this is a new account in the name of Apogee. So Apogee was now registered, and then with the amendment based on which a new account was opened altogether.
Do we have funds from that account?
Yes. So funds came to that.
To based on what?
Yes. So funds came to the account from two levels. Number one is the balances that were on the old account and the ultimate date where they moved it into this new account. And then number two, subsequent transactions with the OMCs, that's the other oil marketing companies. We saw them also came to that account going forward.
So, and if you look at your first statement, you made mention about the sub account that was opened by Ultimate through Apogee.
Yes.
So, but now you're telling us that Apogee also opened an account in Arimas opened an account in Apogee Gambia Limited.
Yes.
And this account was on dollar and Gambian dollars.
Yes.
So, if funds are coming into that account, based on your explanation, because you knew, Ultimate as the one that was responsible of this petroleum issue.
Yes.
And then funds are being paid to him because he was a supplier in the Gambia.
Yeah.
So, Apogee coming in with Apogee Gambia Limited, it's still the same funds. The account was closed, or the account, all these funds were debited to this account, to this new account. What triggers that?
Yes, so the triggering is we got to a sense of additional information. Because the relationship is said that as you move along, you try to get that information as and when the relationship is moving on. So if once we got that additional information, or we obtain that additional information, then we have to then meet both ultimate page and then Arimas in terms of let's have a different account for this.
If you take over additional information, like what? Because during the process, the account was opened in the name of Ultimate Pay.
Yeah.
And this is the more, they were the source synergies.
Yes.
And the goal of Ultimate Page, that's why that sub account was opened.
Yes.
Ultimate Page stroke Apogee.
Yes.
Now Apogee opened a new account in the name of Apogee Gambia Limited.
Yes.
And the synergies change because our remark is so synergy there. So it's come very quick. What was the issue? That's why I'm asking, because you say additional things we have been coming up. What were they?
Yes, so the key information that we obtained is the fact that Apogee is an entity that is bringing in the product into the country. So then once that information, that clarity was obtained, then we then have to then make a case, okay, then in that case, let's have a separate, account, so you can be collecting your funds into it, and then you can then repatriate the funds as and when the need arises.
So did Apogee meet the requirements of opening an account?
Come again, please.
Did they meet the requirements of opening an account?
Yes, they met the requirement. We gave them the requirements and they met it. Yeah.
So it means they were registered in the Gambia. They had a business registration.
Yes. So yeah. So they registered. They did a business registration, and then gave us the documents to back it, the tin, the big mat, and everything, and then we, on the back of which we opened a separate account in the name of Apogee.
So when this account was opened, how about the ultimate rule? What was their role now?
Yes, so in terms of the ultimate, the relationship is still there, but it's not as active as before.
But if you look at any comes to percentage wise, Nana had 30%, then you have 10% and another 60%. Did they give all their shares to Apogee or RMS, or those shares were still on?
No information was given to us in terms of the share ownership in movement in ultimate bridge. Because Apogee's registration had a different shareholding structure, different from that for ultimate bridge.
Before anything happens, there used to be a board meeting. The board authorized you to transfer the funds from ultimate to Apogee.
Okay, the authorized signatories on the account move the funds from the old accounts into the new account that they open.
Which was the old account? Was it the sub account or only the ultimate account alone?
No, it's the sub account, but it was the main activity account that was active. There were activities on the other account, but they were not that very much active. So the bulk of the movement came from the sub accounts.
But the reason why I'm asking, because if you look at the sub account, there were new signatories. That was Apogee. That was RMS who was the sole signatory to that account.
Yeah.
And then one of my members asked about the question whether they asked to send us an example of 5. But now there's another new account that has been opened. Yeah. And it's the same RMS who is sole signatory also. Yeah. So this is why I want clarity here. What triggers that to happen? Because the account, the RMS ultimately was active. What necessity to have opened another account again?
Yes, so the understanding of the nature of the business, brought some clarity. So we then had to engage them and sort of try and then open a separate account. It wasn't like we're trying to force it on them, but we had to give them the reason why we think we have to open a new account, which they bought into it and then got the account open here.
So nothing went wrong, you just advise them to open because to be honest with you, if you are dealing with a customer, and then the customer is a good customer to you,
yeah,
doing well according to you,
yeah,
the extent of opening a sub account in name of ultimate and then Apogee as an account name, and then the signature will change to one party who is the sourcing that is RMS. The next minute, the same RMS came and opened a new account again with the same party being the sole signatory. Then there is something that we need to know, that you need to understand.
Yeah, maybe from our end, as I said, the interactions with the FIU and the police, after those interactions, we ask questions, going back to the customer and ask more for additional information. Okay, ask questions, and based on those interactions, we advise them to try and open a separate account.
And it seems you are trying to protect the customer, but it is very important for us to know because this is an inquiry we are trying to do. And we are trying to look at things in a way that at the end of the day tomorrow we can come to have the actual thing that happened. between these accounts, because there is a reason why it's happening. So if not, definitely we know what went wrong, because the police and the FIU came to you where you had a meeting. Before the police came and FIU came, the accounts were ultimate stroke avoided. Yeah. But when the police and the FIU came after the meeting, something happens to the extent that you advise all the members to open an account by name Gambia Aboji Limited.
Yeah.
And that was in February 2024.
Yes.
That was this year.
Yeah.
So it's like the reason why you advise him to open, that's why I'm asking what was the reason why you advise him to open the account in that name?
No. So basically the main reason why we had to do that is because we got additional information. And once you get additional information on the business activity of a client, you then are in the position to take some decisions. So on the back of those, the additional information that was obtained, we then had to then, engage the customer to come on board from this angle.
Additional information on who?
Yeah, additional information in terms of the whole, the relationship, the business, the nature of the business between, how do we call it, ultimate beach, Apogee, and the consignment of oil that came into the country. As time went on, we were getting additional information based on interactions, and then it's okay. Then it's better off handled this way.
Okay. Which of this account is active now?
The Apogee account is very, very active now.
The other ones?
Come again?
The other ones?
Yeah. Yeah, the Apogee Gambia Limited.
It's active now?
Yeah, it's very active now. Yeah.
And the other ones? The other two?
Yeah, not much activities on those accounts. No, not much activity.
They are not much active.
Yeah.
But they are transfers coming.
Not much. No, there are no much transactions.
There are no inflows. There are no inflows coming in. So all inflows are coming into this account.
Yes.
And then like it happens because of what gave you an authorization to do so. Or was it that during your discussion you discussed with other must open, was it that other must open based on your discussion, or the ultimate board that allowed you to open, to allow other must open and then you transfer responsibility to other must account?
No, so it's open, the accounts were open following the meeting, and then we met them. It's okay, we want this account, to be transacted to handle separately. So open a different account in Apogee. So then Ormas went on to register as a company, and then on the back of which ultimate wage and the ultimate wage, the accounts and the balance in the account and the ultimate wage of Apogee, they moved it into the new account.
Okay, maybe during this communication, my other colleagues will have one person will come to do one board, but I can go further to another question.
Okay.
When you come to the due diligence on your other customers, due diligence on third-party vendors.
On third-party vendors, can you please clarify?
Or partners, because so that's, they comply with AML regulations.
No, third-party vendors of the bank or for customers. Come again, please.
The customers. When you come to corporate accounts, as you know, at the end you have third party.
Yes, so third party would definitely, maybe will be the, okay, let me give you an example of a third party. Maybe, I don't know, so we can situate it that or understanding the same situation. Maybe Apogee is dealing with, let's say, Castle. So at that point, Castle may be classified as a third party, but in this case, Castle is also a customer of EcoBank. So we know Castle, we know Apogee, and therefore we're able to handle them together.
What do you do with them? What do you do with them?
Oh,
what
so,
do you do with them?
So if the third party has an account, is an account holder, that definitely before the customer, that account was opened, would have done the due diligence before opening the account. But if it's not an account holder, and it's, with another bank, that bank would have done their due diligence, but we just need to satisfy ourselves that the movement of funds from that third party is in line with the regulations of the land.
You monitor the movement of funds?
Yes, you monitor the movement of funds, yeah.
To make sure they are in line with the regulations?
Exactly.
Thank you. Just to add on your question, when your customers make that kind of movement, don't they give you information on why are they moving? If they're gonna buy something, when they ask for an invoice, something just like you come and say transfer $10 million to another account, you don't ask any questions. You just ensure that the signatories are fine and the amount in the account, and then you just transfer. Don't you go further to find out what exactly that money is for?
Okay, so we find out. So for example, if you are moving, if it's local transfers, maybe Castle is paying Apogee. Normally if it's Dallas, that one we know straight away that it is lifting of products in between the two parties. So on the local currency side, it is straightforward. It's when it is moving outside the country, then that's where we then have to do further check-ins. So that the funds going out of the country is in line with the business that is being done as well.
Yeah, and those checks, what exactly are you looking for? Do you get an invoice? Or what exactly do you get? For example, if funds are going outside the Gambia, like let's say they want to pay Apogee in Dubai, for example, and they give you instructions. What else do you request from them to give you in terms of invoice? Because normally when you're going to do the funds outside, you have to have something like an invoice or something. So what further checks do you do before you effect the transfer?
Yes, so those ones, we will then find out the underlying transaction. Yeah. So once we get one or two evidence that okay, the underlying transaction is making payments for goods that came into the country, try to cite the invoice, and then once the invoice is okay, no problem, we let it go. And then also we also check the company that is receiving the funds. Because on our platform, it also checks on the destination companies or the beneficiaries, whether the beneficiary is a suspicious beneficiary or is on the sanction list. If it's on the sanction list, a lot of questions will be asked before the funds are allowed to go.
Now, in this situation, for example, can we would be correct to say that with all the funds transfers you made from the Gambia, those ones, you have some evidence of invoice or something as part of the transaction. Would it be correct to say that?
Yes, it would be correct to say that. And but normally it's the first set of transactions that we will do. But once we are satisfied with it, the subsequent ones,
Is there any threshold on this?
Threshold on transfers?
Yes.
No threshold, but it has to be in line with the business. If I, as an individual, if I'm transferring $1 million, it's a question mark, we have to dig in. But if an Castle or an Apogee is transferring $1 million, it's in line with the KYC defined threshold. So normally it will tell us the sort of volumes that you'll be moving. Once they see that one, it's a red flag, we have to then check and then verify whether it's okay.
There is a threshold, there is a threshold.
Yes, based on your business, yeah.
What is the threshold when it comes to petroleum?
So petroleum, normally the customer will tell us that maybe they'll be moving around $5 million or $2 million. So we peg it at that level, and then we will then use that to check. But what we've also done, and we are bringing a new system, and that new system is what we call Hop AI. That one is going to even go further, and then use artificial intelligence to track these activities, particularly all across board, and then ensure that once there's any abnormal activity, to even flag it before anybody sees it. Yeah.
And is there training for your staff when it comes to AML regulations?
Yes, please, we do.
Regular?
Every year.
Every year?
Every year, yes.
Coach, I think we like to set the issue of money laundering. I think I can floor the bill for us.
Thank you very much. If I may proceed, then Lucas can come. Then I refer you to the statement that we sent to the committee, paragraph below the second table, which reads, transactions then begun occurring in accounts principally on the two currency accounts, US dollar account, and a few on euro account. After a close observation on the manner the account was operated, and the fact that Mr. Orimas was noted to be linked to Apogi FZC, the client was engaged after meeting with the family and other document evidence. These accounts that were mentioned here, are you referring to the accounts that were listed as the 8 accounts that were open?
Yes, please.
If so, in that table, we noted 2 currency accounts. Am I right?
Yes.
And then you said the transactions were on the 2 currency accounts. That's to confirm that both currency accounts were by transaction.
Yes.
For the US dollar account, transaction, was it only in both or in one? In that one also in the table, 2 US dollar accounts are noted. And were there transactions in both or one? But it's not specific compared with the other one.
Yes, so both dollar accounts have transactions.
Both?
No, sorry, it's the second one, the one for the sub account had transaction, the main account didn't have transactions.
Which one had transaction?
The sub account, yeah.
The last one?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So that means there was transaction in only one?
In only one, yes.
And then the other account, that is the EU account, there are 2 EU accounts as well. You have transactions in both or one?
Yeah, in one.
In one, which one?
The sub account.
That's the last EU account.
Yes, please.
For the other account, I don't know whether it's safer or what.
Yes, safer, yeah, no.
That one also 2 accounts. In the table that they are 2 accounts.
Yes.
Were there transactions in both accounts?
No, none of them had transactions.
None of them are transactions. Okay. So continue. After a close observation on the manner the account was operated, what manner are you referring to? After a close observation on the manner the account was operated, can you explain what manner have you observed on the operation of the account?
Yes, so we observed the activity levels on the account, i.e. The fact that we had activities taking place, majority of activities taking place in the sub account, and not much taking place in the how do you call it, in the primary account.
Guys, more activity
in the sub account compared to the main account.
Compared to the main account.
Yes.
And did you qualify apply?
Yes, so that's how come we then have to then engage the customer to understand exactly why the nature of the business, to get more clarity on the nature of the business.
What?
Yeah, so we have to, dig further, engage the customer to get more information about the nature of the business that is being run.
Would that act of observation not be considered suspicious transaction?
No, it will not come under suspicious transaction.
Now, you conclude that fact, but I want to believe if you said there was more transaction in this one compared to that one, and that there could not be anything suspicious in that.
For the suspicious transactions, that means that the person is doing something, quote unquote, that is suspect to be criminal. Then in that case, it will then ring the alarm bells. But in this case, we could see, how do we call it, underlying transactions. There were underlying transactions backing the flows. So where there are transactions that you don't see any, you don't understand the underlying transactions, then that is a serious issue.
Now the sentence went further to link that, and the fact that Mr. Orimas was noted to be linked to Apogee, the client was engaged after the meeting with FRA and other government entities.
Yeah.
The second reason was the link of Mr. Orimas to Apogee.
Yes.
The claim you are referring to the company was engaged after your engagement with FRU.
Yeah.
Was it because of your engagement with FRU that prompted you to engage your client?
Yes, because the engagement with the client, the FRU also brought us some clarity based on the sort of discussion that was taking place. Then we have to go back to the customer and ask for more information.
But you did not do any suspicion prior to your engagement with FRU on this matter?
No, there was no suspicion prior to the engagement.
It was only after FRU?
Yes.
Then there was suspicion?
Yes. So that suspicion came up, as with more information, clarity. Then we then have to advise.
And that suspicion was what?
Oh, the suspicion basically is that Orimas is linked to Apogee as a legal, as a company that is operating in Dubai. So it's okay?
Yeah. Yes, can we be sure which Apogee you're talking about? Because there's Apogee FZC and Apogee FZE. Which one exactly are you referring to? Because there are two different Apogees. And the Apogee group over here.
Yeah, that's the Apogee FZE, the one in Dubai.
The one in Dubai?
Yes.
The one in Dubai?
Yes.
But the one we have in the accounts that we are operating, Apogee FZC, all the sub-accounts, ultimate date / Apogee FZC.
Yeah.
There is no mention of Apogee FZE regarding the accounts that we are operating.
Yes, so as at the time of opening the sub account, the Apogee FZC was not registered in Gambia. It didn't exist. So our understanding of it as even a business entity wasn't something that was picked. It was subsequently that we had to now interrogate the customer to understand exactly the nature of his business. We dug and then got more, asked more questions. More information was provided that the fact that there's a company in Dubai that is bringing in the products. And so once based on that understanding, then we then advise that okay, it's better off to open a separate account to handle the business.
This is the one you're referring to. Furthermore, Mr. Polimans was requested to register the business in the name of Apogee in the country. That is the Apogee FZC. Is that the one?
No. So we advise him, and then based on the advice, he then opened the Apogee account in Gambia. That's Apogee Gambia Limited.
But it doesn't have FZ connected?
No.
Only Apogee Gambia Limited?
Yeah, we advise him. But the name, he chose the name Apogee Gambia Limited. But we're going to advise him how the name should be structured.
Yes, MD. Apogee Gambia was registered when?
Oh, that's in 20. Let me see, just a minute. That's in January 2024.
And you advising you register in January 2024?
Come again, please.
You advising to register in January 2024 after the meeting with the police and the FIU?
No, so the discussion with him started, the engagement with the police was in late last year. So after that engagement, that's when we started talking to him.
But according to you, you asked him to register in February.
The accounts were opened in February.
Yes, open account in February.
Yeah, the accounts were opened in February.
Yes.
But the process of engagement with him to transition, started, around late last year to early this year.
So all these three accounts are active. The Euro, dollars, and then they are all active.
Yeah, they are all active, yeah.
They are all active.
Yeah, they are all active.
The sourcing is of animals.
Yeah, sourcing is of
Okay, thank you very much, Chair. Now, coming to the new entity that is Apogee Limited Gambia. Now, I just want to ask whether there was any point in time where funds were moved from the sub-account of that is Ultimate Beach stroke Apogee FZC to this new account.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the other question is, now, opening this new entity, to me, is like that there was something fishy in the joint account. So discussions were made. Now, Audimus was advised for them to open, to register a new company, and they registered it in the name Apogee Limited Gambia. Now, to me, I think the funds that were in the sub-account should have been held instead of moving them to this new company that is created. Was it in line?
Movement of funds are the prerogative of the authorized signatories. I'm saying the movement of funds from one account to the other is at the discretion of the signatories to an account.
Well, I know, there was something. That's why FIU came in to investigate pertaining to this, the main account and then the joint account. Now, in the interim, they opened another company called Apogee Limited Gambia. So I think all transactions that were done in the sub-account have been suspended. And then when they open the new account, that's where they should have started, but they should not be transferring funds from an account that there is some little clarity to an account that is just created new. I think that should not happen.
Well, you are not telling me that FIA did an investigation. Hello?
No.
Hello? Okay. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so the engagement with FIU, they didn't tell us that those names were under investigation. That we didn't also receive any report of any investigation that was done to get those names.
Then why them opening another entity? They should have just carried with the previous one if there was nothing wrong. I think there is something that they were running away from. That's why they came and created another new company. Yeah.
Yes, let me follow up on this. Yes, on that to correct. Yes, on that question. It's the same question. Let me continue. But I just want to say.
So he asked a question, he couldn't answer. Allow that person to answer the
I want him to continue. It's his same question. So I just want to correct something. Those FIU investigate or police investigate. FIU, they don't conduct investigation. They provide an intelligence, then serve the police with that, the police investigate. So how do you expect them to tell you we are investigating?
Okay, neither did the police also tell us whether that they are investigating the name. We've not seen any police investigation report. Thank you.
Okay. Now the next question is this Apogee Limited Gambia. I just want to know whether they are an international trader or they are an OMC, according to the time that they were registered in your bank.
They are not an OMC.
Not trader again?
Yes.
Now, what is the nature of the business that they are currently in? By the time that they were registered with your bank, what business were they into?
Yeah, dealing with petroleum products.
Yes, on the same question, Chair, with Honorable Jao, because you said that they are not an OMC,
Yes.
but they are registered to trade in oil.
Yes.
In what kind of capacity are they registered to trade?
That's to bring in products into the country
From where?
from international market.
Because to bring it into the country, there are requirements that you have to have licenses.
Once again, the technicalities of the licensing kind of permit me not to go into that.
Actually, Chair, I think the banks should have interest in that because you need to understand the petroleum ecosystem itself to know exactly what is required on everyone that is part of the ecosystem, what is required in that. Because there are things that you can do and there are things that you cannot do. And I think it's an obligation on the bank, particularly when you're doing the KYC. Because here you are trying to know your customer. And I think it's an obligation to also go further to understand the licensing regime that's actually required on each of those operators. Whether you bring in bulk to the bonded warehouse, or you are bringing onshore or offshore. So I think it's also the only bank to have a better understanding about how this entire ecosystem operates. Nothing like technical, but these are just simple terms in order to help you understand your customers more. And I think the banks should have done more to understand itself. All these people coming into it, how are they licensed to operate in this country, whether you are bringing from offshore or you are onshore. I think that is one the bank needs to have a very clear understanding.
Okay, so that point's very much well noted. But my understanding of not going to the technicalities is because of there are various views floating in the media on this particular subject. That is, I don't want to go into. I don't want to.
But that's the reason why there is no media house here. That's why we are here together. So the media they can report whatever they want to report. But here, what we want is the facts, because this is only you and us. In fact, the central bank is not even here. It's only the Auditor General, the members of Parliament, and the bank, and our staff. We live in the part of the department. So there is no somebody that's outside what we do here. In fact, there is no report. This thing you are seeing is internal. It's our own record. Yeah? Oh, it's online. Yeah. Oh, okay, I thought that they okay.
Yes. Chair. Yes.
Yes, I just want to quick intro this issue of account with the FIU. I want to ask, why do you advise then when you advise them to open a new account after the meeting with FIU? What prompted that advice?
Okay, so that advice was based on additional information that we obtained. After that meeting, we had to go back to the customer and ask more questions. So based on the questions that we asked, we obtained additional information. And the bulk of the additional information that we obtained, then we then had to advise the customer to move in this direction.
If quite right, can you tell us what additional information that you needed to solve based on the previous one that was available in the previous additional information? What are those information that you wanted?
Yeah, so the additional information mentioned basically relates to the fact that I did indicate that we got to understand that RMS is linked to the apogee element in Dubai.
Okay.
So that was a critical piece of information that came up on the back of the advice.
Yes, I mean, you said it's linked to apogee in Dubai.
In Dubai.
So this was what had brought the to seek for another additional information. So after seeking that, what did you came to conclude? Is overall information as per that time different from what differences do you have?
Yeah, so based on that additional information that we obtained, we felt that we thought it better to have a separate legal entity, company registered in the country, to track the flows.
In short, if I may ask, what mischief are you trying to avoid in this regard? If you could come straight to us, what were you trying to avoid in this regard?
No, there was no mischief that I was trying to avoid. It's basically in terms of the understanding of the business. That okay, you
is it the customer or the business? Because I see two things now, the business and the customer, which is which?
So the business, the customer is doing the business.
Yes.
And once you get to understand the nature of the business, you then try to also advise the customer, let me say, a more better way of managing the account. My colleague wants to add on to it.
Thank you, MD. What actually happened is, after the police engagement and the FIU, it was now linked that this RMS now actually has linked with Apogee in Dubai. Now, since that new information came up, as a bank, what you do is, we now tell them that since you are linked to a company in Dubai, that company to continue to operate in Gambia now has to be registered. So as soon as we got more information and as what we should do as a bank, we now compel them that for you to continue to operate here, you need to get that entity that you are working with in Dubai to formally register in the country. And that we emphasize that if that is not done, then we may not be able to continue to operate with you. And with that additional information, they did what was right, provided the documents, get it registered and present it to the bank within an acceptable period. And that was what happened.
So, yes, finally, I want to know, do you obtain a statement from Oremas as per the police's investigation? Were any statement given to you?
We didn't even know police was doing investigation.
Even from Oremas, I think this is still outside to the solution of the bank, but not from Oremas. Oremas is a potential people.
It's okay.
Madam Chair, this law is not this, so everybody.
Okay, Honorable Chair, thank you very much. I always want to pick him from where they stop so that I don't forget it. From your last response, you indicated that from your discussion with them, you later advised that if they want to continue trading within this country, they must register in the Gambia. Is that not what you said?
Yeah.
So does that qualify that they were trading here when they were not registered initially?
Maybe let's clarify that point.
No, he said, could he clarify?
Okay.
If you have to look at that point, we need to go some step back. They were working with some partners. This is ultimate. Ultimate base. There was a main account, 4 main accounts. Someone was appointed to become a signatory, and you have also 4 additional sub-accounts. There was a signatory. And based on the information we got, and all the registered documents that we are submitted to the bank, everything was in order. But then the FIU or the police, had some information. There were some engagements. And now we got some additional information. Now, with that additional information, as a bank also, you have to look at what protects our interests. And we knew that, yes, nothing was wrong with them operating in that way. But we want to fortify our position. If they are linked to a company registered elsewhere, there is nothing wrong to ask them to get that company, to get it properly registered here so that they can be independent. So what we do is, as this is KYC, as enhanced, KYC. As you get to discover more about your customer, you engage them to do what you think is in the best interest of the country. So that is what we do. As we gather additional information, we look at those information and then require the customer to get this apology that they are linked to. Let them register another account in the Gambia to be operating.
Okay, I picked this up from your personal submission. You said from a meeting, having had or received additional information about your customer, you advise them, if they want to continue to trade with you, to bank with you, they should legally register to fortify, in fact you said fortify yourself, something like that. You said so, and which means you were initially trading with them prior to their registration.
Can I come here?
Yes.
Yes. So when doing ultimate base opening those accounts, so we're transacting under the umbrella of ultimate wage. Based on available information as at that time, that is what we worked with. As we said, as additional information comes, we try to adjust. Today, we can't, if tomorrow we get additional information, maybe the decision may be different. Because in every relationship, you don't get to know the person fully from day one. Whether a relationship with an individual or with a company. As time goes on, you get more information, and with that information, you take decisions.
In this case, it's not about knowing the individual from day one, it's about changes in the status. In this case, it's about changes in the status. Let me move to this final question because so many members are coming in. What led to the opening of the sub-accounts and the coming of Apodi Gambia Limited? Is it
opening of sub-accounts?
No, I want to connect it to something. Let me just learn. Because we just learned at Apodi Gambia Limited account. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. Because here, when the account is open for Apodi Gambia Limited, that shows that there was break of connection, the tie between Apodi and ultimately logistics in the business relationship as far as the accounts are concerned. Do you think their contract has expired or there was an issue between them that led to all those issues for somebody to say, I need to track my funds because I am putting in my resources, so if funds are coming in the purchase of that resources, I should track those funds. Do you think there was a breach of contract between them, a push and pull? Allow them to proceed the way they are going. What went wrong? If it is normal, why didn't you allow them to proceed the way they were going instead of advising them to open a new account on their own name?
Based on additional information, once you get to know that this customer is linked in this way, it's always in the best interest of the business to get things done in this way. So at least we can then know that, okay, this is a project to buy, doing transactions in Gambia. It was based on this. This is our understanding of it. There are other things that happen behind the scenes between them and their partners. We are not able to emphasize the issue that we were it's like that I don't know of any other documentation.
Okay. Finally, what was the nature of your interaction with the FIU?
Yeah, so when the FIU, maybe let me leave my colleague here, because she was in the meeting, so
Good afternoon. When we were called at the FIU office, we were just cautioned, if I can put it that way. We were asked certain questions concerning document page and Apodi, and we were told that we were contacted in due course. But that did not happen. But when we were called at the police, they were just asking us about our account opening package and the documents that we have in place. And more or less, they were just trying to caution us that we should be careful about this money laundering issues in the country. That was all that was there. But subsequently, we were not looking into, neither were we called again to go back to the police. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I would relate my question on what Honorable Jao asked earlier. That is the issue of the opening of account and the transferring of funds from Apodi FSSC, ultimately reached from Apodi FSSC, because most of that funds is transferred into Apodi government entity. My concern is you already received a suspicious transaction report already in relation of Apodi. Now, during the meeting with people, they were advised to open an account that is local. For me, MD, you already received a suspicious transaction on the matter and advised the same issue to open another account. Is that not feasible?
I wouldn't say so, because we have not received any suspicious transaction report. We are not in possession of any suspicious transaction.
On the same thing, in your systems, don't you have that the report generated that gives you a suspicious transaction report? You don't have that in your system?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So when they tell us you that this is a suspicious transaction report, what do you do?
Yeah,
because this one you are not getting someone to tell you. This is actually within you, because certain account will tell you that this is a suspicious transaction. Just like what he's saying, it's not someone telling you, but this is generated from your own system. That is given to you on a daily basis, like I can assure you.
So, when it comes to suspicious transaction report, this is not something that is based on the underlying transaction. It's based on the underlying transaction. So, if you look at the underlying transaction, the substance of it, is there anything that is onto quote-unquote fishy or criminal about it? That's when you then say, okay, I suspect that there's something wrong here. Okay. So, but in this instance, the underlying transaction had parties involved where the products came with the consent of relevant authorities in the country, stored in a bond warehouse, with transactions going on between this party and other entities within the country. So that would not necessarily qualify as a suspicious transaction.
No. What do you mean? In your own system, at the end of the day, when you run an end report, you may have suspicious transaction report, which could be supplied to central bank or the FIU. Don't you have a suspicious transaction report that is generated from your system on a daily basis?
You know, the suspicious transaction was what we sent, the bank sent to FIU.
Yeah, I understand.
Based on the nature of a transaction.
No, what I'm saying is your system don't generate a report called suspicious transaction report on daily or weekly basis.
No. The suspicious transaction report, okay, triggers when there are the entities who you are paying are suspicious, or there's an issue with that underlying transaction, based on understanding of the underlying transaction. Someone should get something that you would then take and then send to the FIU.
Okay, when the police, I think the police is invited.
It was the FIU who invited us that they wanted us to have some discussion. And the reputation taken that I believe it was from the FIU who came for the purpose of that entity.
And you went to the police?
Together with the FIU, yes.
Did they possibly know anything about
That's fine. Yeah, she made that up. She made that decision out.
the police already possible about 1 year later?
Yeah, it was a general comment anyway, not specifically what specific to this man, whether she is aware of what happened in the country.
I think it will come to my question, meaning there was actually some physicity in this transaction.
Once again, from where we sit, the interaction with the police, the issue was to get the opportunity to something fishy. From FIU, not necessarily the report showing that there's something fishy. Unless there's something that you can share with us, we are hoping to take advice from this other government.
Okay, what is your working relationship with the financial intelligence unit?
Yes.
The bank and the financial intelligence unit.
Yeah, so we share information. We have information that we think is the customer is giving money, there's a particular transaction in the system that we think has to be reported to report. We also when there's information from the other side that we want to share with us, we will share with us.
Okay, when you come to the political media, either of the account is very active. The other accounts are already dormant. But the one for political media limited is very active. What do you mean active?
You mean the activity that also on the new server cannot go in the
Yes. You know, you were asking whether all the accounts are active.
Yeah.
You said the other ones are still dormant, but the political media one is active.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking. Why? What transactions are involved in the account to make the account active?
So basically, this transaction coming from the OMCs on the ground. This transaction from almost all of them.
Meaning they still continue to come trading on petroleum product.
Yes, with the local OMCs, they sell to the OMCs.
Because I can see from your, it is not normal, but where you have the 3 accounts opened. 3 accounts opened, USD, Euro, and Dallas. You still emphasize that, okay, they are trading of petroleum product, which is in line with their registration document. And Apodi Gambia limited to from an information they are still not yet obtaining petroleum license in the country. Until as we speak, they don't have license to trade petroleum product.
I once again will create an audience for this committee. Once again, I wouldn't want to touch on the technicalities involved in the licensing entity in the country.
Yes, I think we need to follow this up, because I know if somebody comes to the bank, you want to open an account. You say, let's say, I work for the Ministry of Business and Secondary Education, and I want to open a salary account. Not only will you ask my ID, you ask my TIN number, but you may also ask my employment number, my employment letter, say that I'm employed to teach in the government school, for example. But in this situation again, on the petroleum sector, not only do you register your business, but you are also required to get a license as well. And that's why I said earlier, the banks have an interest in the petroleum ecosystem on that how it operates and what is required for every institution if you are in this sector. What is required from you? Because again, money coming from, let's say, Java, for example, coming into the account, and you don't know that you're assuming that it's a sale of petroleum, because of what you can assume. But the underlying principle is this: are they licensed to be engaged in those things? Just like you're asking a teacher to provide you with a letter saying that they are employed by the government. Just like you're asking somebody a letter that's indicating that they are employed by myself. So I think this is one interesting, and that is why I keep asking about the licensing, because the licensing is quite in this country. You cannot just come and start selling petrol. It's not possible. You cannot just also come and operate a school in Ghana like that. There are licenses that are different from businesses that are used based on the Companies Act. The Companies Act is just to register you as an business entity, but there are licenses that you also require to have. Whether you are operating in a secondary school, for example, or a civil institution, or a system, or the OMCs. That's why I'm saying that this is the government that you operate, but they are operating and there is money in their account. Which would be really a big question.
Maybe the enemy will try to understand it. A foreign entity, for example, cannot operate in this country without a license from the Senate. Or can a foreign entity operate in Ghana without a license from the Central Bank?
No.
That tells me you cannot operate trade petroleum product without obtaining a license from.
Okay, the point is well noted, but as I said, there are various doctors on this matter in the country, in the media. One doctor says that the products in the money warehouse is an international environment and therefore it's not going to come to the country. Another doctor says that they are trading in the country. I wouldn't want to get into the level of that. As one instance or something that you said it's on air, it's online. I wouldn't want to get into that level of that controversy. The authorities and the technical areas who advise us way for your comments are well noted, and we take care of that.
Thank you, I just want to start with the account component documentation of all the logistics. Not sure if you have that, because I think this came from you. The account component of all the logistics government. Like account component.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look at the account name, it says Ultimate Page Logistics Government Limited. And at the bottom where the bank stamp, account component, can you confirm the digits on the bank stamp? Say 0806. 23. Okay. Now, if you go to the end of this packet we have, which is the board resolution, which is dated June 6, 2020, board resolution on the sub account. It's towards the end of the, I'm not sure if you have access to it, it's towards the end of the, I think it's the last page on the packet. Okay. So, board resolution for the sub account, right? Yeah. Is that correct? Dated June 6, 2023. Yeah. Now, this board resolution came 2 days after the account was opened. Because the account was opened on the 8th of June, and the board resolution came to open the account on the 6th. Can you check?
This is 8th of June.
The 8th of June.
Yeah.
And the board resolution for a stock account was on the 6th of June.
That is dated the 6th of June.
Yeah. So we mean the stock account, the preferred stock account, preceded the account of the itself.
We don't have our stamp on the.
No.
This is stamp.
Well, yeah, this is from you. I don't know if you can do it properly.
All I'm saying is that the letter, normally you draft the letter before you come to the bank. So the date is when we receive the document. So they have to write draft the letter, maybe the date that they drafted the letter, the date that they put it.
Yeah, that's the stock account.
Yes.
Yeah, so the stock account letter dated was earlier than the account opened.
We received the document on the
Which is fine. Which is fine. Now, if you look at the form, it says open the stock account in the name as ultimate base appointees, ZSC.
Yeah.
So now they tell you to change the name of the account. Technically, that's what they're telling you.
No, that's change.
No, but these are different entities. Ultimate base is government entities. This is listed on the Companies Act of the government. And this letter is showing the ultimate base appointed ZSC registered on the web. They are not cemented.
Well, that's how do we call it? I give you an example where Salafali is opening his account. And so open another account from the name of Salafali so Farafin.
Yes, that's a separate account. No, it can't be that is one account. That can be one account. Because the stock account and the main account has the same characteristics throughout. The only difference will be the main account maybe 01, the stock account 02, 03, and then you continue like that. Because even in GN, you may have 2 or 3 stock accounts on the GN. You may have 2 or 3 stock accounts on the dollar account. Same thing like that. And others. But the entity is the same entity. And the characteristics are 100% the same. The characteristics are different. Because when the characteristics are different, then they cannot be stock account. Then they will be one account.
Okay. So let me once again the simple example of this is what.
Yes.
So this is what is the person that we know.
Yes.
This is what has opened an account.
Yes.
With an ID that we know of this is what. And we have given what we call a SIP to this is what. Then this is what we then comes to open another account. But this time use this is what is show for the revenue. Yes.
Yes, I think that's a large impact. That's something wrong about now.
So once we see that, okay, we know that the primary person handling the account is this one. But at the same time, this is what he wants to track maybe. Normally, most of the times, this is when the person wants to track some transactions particularly. So this is what he then comes maybe an account for this is what he so the person that we are dealing with is what yes.
You know very well that these are 2 different entities. This is a legal person. This is a legal person. So if you come and say, okay, open another account, my name is Alaji Mo. I open an account and I come and say, okay, well, open another account, Alaji Mo / Len after my wife. You either tell me a joint account, but the government is one account. Because these are a completely different entity and a completely different characteristics. So either you do a joint account or you do a completely one account. This itself, the bankers have analyzed that something wrong is going to happen. Because normally a stock account and the main account has to the only difference maybe the account number and the account number for the most part maybe few cases are different. But this itself is supposed to have told the bank that something fishes on one account. But they are the system.
Normally you see some of these things, most of them on project accounts.
Yeah, but the system is different. But this is it's telling you completely different. Somebody can also have any more in the company.
You see project accounts, very different setups. You ask for some assistance.
Yeah.
They are going to provide it. Okay. You see it in project accounts where maybe the main entity will have the account, and then another project will come up. But then the primary account would then give authority to another group of persons or another company. And it could be the same person, but different group of persons to operate, a sub-account.
Those are project accounts. You understand that? You may have an entity that is running 2 or 3 or 4 different projects. I understand that. This is not that. This is completely different entities. The project account, I understand that you may have an ADB that is running 4 or 5 different projects. I know that. As a former banker. But when it happens also, you realize that actually it's the same entity. But this one is a different entity.
So at that time, from where we sit, Apogee wasn't registered in Gambia.
The
Apogee wasn't a registered entity.
Which one? Apogee FZC and Apogee FZE. There are 2, E and C.
Any of them wasn't.
Yes.
That's number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, as I didn't really argue to the at that point, nobody knew that this is the business line for a separate and legal entity.
Nobody knew at that time.
Yes.
So it means the proper KYC was not done by the bank. Because if the proper KYC was done at the time, they would have known what exactly they were going to engage in with the bank. Because if I say something KYC, to ensure you know exactly the kind of like relationship you have with the bank.
Yes, I agree with you, but then the only difference is that you won't get to know everything as we issue. But with time, for example, some of the people here are meeting for the first time. I won't know much about you today. But with time, I'll get to know much about you. And depending on the additional information I get to know about you, I will know how to manage and deal with you. So the same thing applies to the relationship with our clients. With time, you get to know more information.
But
let me add some information. Okay. If you look at the way most of the entities we have ones who actually would say they want to buy food from entities outside the country. Okay. Those entities, we don't have accounts with us here. But they will buy and move the money directly to those people there. Okay. Because those people are bringing products to the country.
That's also. But the interest also on the package that I gave us. If you look on the A16, I'm not sure if yours is level A16. It shows the continuation of the KYC form. It's the continuation of the KYC form Nana Kofi Amoko Ado. You saw that one?
Yeah.
If you look in the middle, section 3, completely section, it says business estimated annual income is $35 million. You got that?
Yeah.
Now, if you continue further with the same account company, where you have A19, which is on the same Nana Kofi Amoko and then other shareholders, it says this is an investment for 10 million. You saw that? Yeah. So this is why I say the bank did not know a proper KYC. Because on one aspect on the same package, you are showing that the total or the annual income is $35 million. But on the other page, you only also indicate the annual income of $10 million. So people need to speak.
If you look at it, the KYC, one is for the company, one is for the individual.
So you don't need more than the company.
No, the company is the one that has
the 10 million.
No, the company has the 35 million.
That's on the A16. No, actually, this is not the company, it's individual. That's individual. So the individual is $35 million, but the company is $10 million.
No. If you look at this one here,
500,000, which is still less than 10,000 cost. But then, you look at the first transaction that came into the account, you are talking about almost $8 million or something. So that raises a line to the bank. Because you have to calculate 500,000. But then you tell me that my revenue will be 10 million. But then the first transaction that came into the account was $8 million. In fact, the entire month, the first month, the total transaction, if I'm not mistaken, is close to 30 million. So that raises a line to the bank as well.
So maybe we need to separate capital from revenue.
No,
for trading companies, trading companies know that they are 10 ways rather than compared to capital.
Yes, I understand that very well.
A trading company can have a very small capital, but the turnover will be very high. That's capital software.
Exactly, because they could have maybe 11% somewhere, or they could be having from the bank. That's also possible.
Yeah.
But that's also, send the bank.
Yes, so we look at all those things. But once there's a trading company, for a trading company,
you don't go any further.
No, you look at it, but you know that it is typical of a trading company. Low capital, but high turnover.
Low capital, high turnover.
Yes.
So that's a flag. Right? Because you see transactions come into the account. For example, if you have an account with you do a KYC for me. I said, I'm employed by Assembly. I did my employment letter. And the letter says, I'm going to get 10,000 every month. But all of a sudden, you start saying 40,000, 50,000, 10 million, 3 million. Wouldn't that say something by bank?
Not the capital or the turnover.
No, I'm saying as an individual. As an individual. I say this is not the get. But then all of a sudden, you start saying millions coming into the account.
Yes.
In fact, within the same month. So within that, say something by bank as well.
So an individual will ask you, will call you, get some more clarification, and based on that additional information, we'll just we'll note it and then verify whether it's true or not.
Okay.
Once we verify the additional the information, for example, we may have somebody who started the work, open an account, and then after the probation period.
Anyway, can you put it to A31 on your package? A31. Yeah. That is the foreign currency account agreement.
Okay.
You saw that?
Yes.
This agreement was for who?
This agreement, that's for automated village.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Because there is no name, it's only signature.
Yes, so there is no name, but it is attached to what we mean by that account.
Yeah, but this is normal in the banking institution where there is a signature to the name, to the addresses. They give you the date when we forward it. Is this really normal? Yeah. Because you see, all this is at the bank. In fact, we don't even know when this form was filled. Is this normal?
In terms of the form itself or the signature?
In terms of compliance, in the bank, in accountable forms, in terms of compliance, is this normal?
This, we have one source in GTCD, automated account.
Mr. Eddie, if you choose anybody else, they will say, okay, I see a signature, but I don't know the signature. They will say, I see a form filled, but I don't know it was filled. There's no name. And the signature verified by somebody, which is fine.
Yeah, so when the signature is verified, that's what I said, that we need to verify the signature.
So why do you have to name the address and date?
Once you go to the system,
when was the signature verified?
the date will be there, but in this case, definitely around the time that the account was opened.
Mr. Eddie, that's assuming. This thing is incomplete. And in fact, if you have a very proper compliance process, taking a review of these things, they will utilize. That one, another process, they will utilize. If you have a proper compliance process, look at all these things, they will utilize. Because this is inaccurate. This is not correct.
Let me clarify. We have very good compliance process.
Yes,
and they have verified the signatures. once, before the stamp will come here, that means that the signature has been verified in the system.
Yes.
So that the verification of the signature, the stamp will not come into the document.
Yes.
And let me reassure you that we have very good compliance officers.
So who verifies this? Who was the first at the bank?
It will be the name of the person is not here.
Yeah.
But if you look at the
the name of the person is who verifies is not there, the date is not there, the owner of the account name is not there, the address is not there, and the date was also not there. So this is actually an incomplete form.
no, we have the name of the person. Let me check here. If you look at the first page, the stamp there, whatever was on the document on the first page. Normally, the stamp counts certain numbers.
The first page, okay.
So whatever initiation started the process carries everything through, and we can go back and then have it.
Yeah, but the question is true because it is verified that you got the cost of the accounts.
Because in the system, we know who handled that. Everything is the name of the officer who handled everything is logged in the system.
Of course, I will know that because if you go to the account, you know that I go to the account. If you go to the account, you will know that. Even if there is anything that is also we know that we will know the person. Now, to come to the issue of this foreign which is at the center of all systems, whether it's Abuja, Ultimately, or Abuja, same person. Was there any time in your relationship with all these companies and this particular guy, was there any time during this process when the flag was raised by the bank about such activities? Was there any time period that at a management level, or at a private level, or at a level that raises the issue about the particular person?
No, when they discuss this is news. Yeah, like I can say that we discuss what the accounts.
So what do you think at this discussion?
One of the issues that is discussed and done together the discussion definitely is that accountable stage. There's a lot of discussion that takes place at accountable stage. So all of those discussions will take place right from the branch up to the back office.
No, I'm talking about particular in particular. Who's at the center of all these accounts? Give me the law.
Yeah, so at least there have been a lot of media information back and forth on this whole saga.
No, we are talking about media. I'm referring to the Eco Bank itself.
Yeah.
Was there any period of time when this body mass, which is at the center of all these companies, been discussed at the bank? Was any flag raised due to activities or due to this, relationship with the bank? Was there any period of time where the bank raised that issue?
So we raised this and discussed once we started having a conversation, getting more information from the FIU, through the discussion with the FIU, and then from there on we started.
So we mean assume that it was triggered by the external parties, not the bank itself.
Yes.
So for the bank, whatever was happening with this guy and the accounts was okay.
Yeah, so far at that time.
Thank you.
Because of the creation, there was any suspicious transaction prior to the engagement with FIU and the other engagement. Any other solution? Yes, something like that.
The The transaction on the account, in particular, on page apology FZC. I have not seen VAT being charged on the account. When they charge for commission on turnover or when they charge for any transfer from the bank to somewhere else. Normally there's commission to charge or any other thing, and there's a requirement that the VAT charge is $1. Can you help us? If you can guide us on the statement that you've given us, if there are any charges along those lines.
Yes, so if you look at the configuration of our system, you see that there's a back charge whenever we charge. On the dollar account for our on the first page.
This is it. We have to do what are the elections we do like that. So we have to do like that. This is your we have dollar account. This is a dollar account. We have dollar account.
Yes, we have the dollar account.
Okay. So if you give me the dollar value, yeah, give me the dollar value.
Okay, on page 2, that's 30th June 2022.
30th June. Yes, I see $500. That's a coming and $75 for the fee.
Yes, 75 to 50.
Yeah, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, on the
page 4, so you'll see on 31st July,
yes.
There's turnover.
What we are asking, yes, it's 370,000 for the middle.
Yes.
That's fine. Thank you.
Before the verification of policy, I want you to do this very kindly. Apology FZC, apology FZC, apology WIB.
Okay, so apology FZE is the Dubai entity. Apogee Gambia Limited is the company that was registered in Gambia. Apogee FZC is the name that was chosen by Port Immigration to add to the account. That's what I
And you have in the transactions, your transactions are connected to all of them.
The transactions are connected to ultimate page, first of all, before it was transitioned.
The money you copy,
Yes, the server accounts are Apogee and ultimate page.
the FZE.
The FZE is the company in Dubai.
You have any transactions in there?
Not directly, but occasionally we see movement of funds, transfer of funds to FZE in Dubai.
Apart from the occasional transfer of funds, you have no other connection with any?
No, we don't have any partnership entities.
How about FZE?
We don't have any partnership with them.
You have no connection with
Yeah.
FZE?
Yeah. Only that it came up as a sub account that was chosen by one village.
Thank you very much. Only just a few one only we can eliminate.
He is a shareholder. Just a little bit. Jack. He's a shareholder. Yeah, 1% shareholding. Yes, 1%. No. Okay. Just a quick clarification. Yeah, so he has 1% shares.
I think look at the team, it's showing that they are only the shareholders. And they are from UAE. With the Abodi Gambia, only 1% shareholder. The 1% only the Abodi shareholder. FZE, that's a 99 and only 1%.
Yeah, so there are two things here. The details, because another day it's all mass has one share, 1% of the shares, and then Abodi FZE has 99%. But because Abodi FZE owns 99%, we have to take it down and get ultimate beneficiary owners. So it is the ultimate beneficiary owners that we then have to take down and realize that it's owned by Suhail, who has 50%. And then Mohammed Arik also owns 50%.
The only one who is shareholder.
Yeah, he's a shareholder.
It is 50-50, that's not necessary.
Okay.
It is 50-50.
Yes, it is 50-50.
Yes. And the 50, based on your statement, only 1% shareholder. The Abodi FZE, you only have 1% shareholder and a shareholder. But, yeah,
no, he has 1% share in Abodi Gambia. 1% Abodi Gambia, 99% owned by Abodi FZE.
99% owned by Abodi
FZE. And when we do that further, Abodi FZE is ultimately owned by these two people. That's the 50-50.
So this is authorizing the resources in the own of Abodi Gambia.
Yes.
They are trying to be resources in
Yes, they authorize.
They authorize.
They authorize.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, on the issues of your higher customers. Finally, the customers as additional to the junior money you take when we require on higher customers.
Yes, so we do enhance due diligence on high-risk customers. And that requires constant monitoring of the account and then the constant request for additional information from those customers once we see something that is not correct.
You do constant monitoring?
Yeah, constant monitoring.
So in case of any thing that you develop, definitely. So what are the processes in place in case of what you do that is assessing report or concern relating to customers? What do you want to do?
Okay, with high-risk customer, there are issues. The system will flag it. There's one that does not flag it. Before you flag it, you have to then do your checks and provide reasons why you are flagging this issue. And in the process of flagging, you must then also give comfort to the other parties who are going to authorize it. But normally, whatever you do, somebody else must check it and be comfortable that whatever the reason for flagging this customer has been done. So all those checks and balances are there. And then you must give reasons why this particular issue is in your favor.
Who is the partner responsible?
No one is compliance, we have compliance about it.
Compliance is responsible.
Yes, we have compliance about very systems that are monitoring that process.
When they report, in case there are irregularities that they have seen or detected, when they report to either to whatever or to investigate, for example, fraud.
Come again.
For example, fraud. Someone when they report.
Yes, so if there's something like that happens, it is brought to management level. It also goes to the board because when it comes to compliance issues, internal audit issues, they have direct reporting line to the board. So their reports are done, and then it will go to the board for discussion. So if you look at our board meetings, our board members, you see that there's always a session on compliance reporting that covers all issues that is over the reporting period. And the issues that have to go to the regulators, we will definitely go to the regulators as well.
So you only start at the board level?
To the board, and then if you have to go to an issue has to go to the FIU or the central bank, who escalate to that level as well.
You want to report to the FIU or the central bank?
The compliance head.
The compliance head. But through the board?
Yeah. No, the report will go to the board, that maybe this is not okay. We also do another report, if there's a fraud to the central bank, that the fraud has occurred. We also send a copy of that same report to the Bankers Association, that this is what has happened.
Will you report to the board and copy central bank FIU, or you just report and you write to central bank and copy to the board? Or you say that problem is from compliance to you and then you to the board, problem to the board?
No, the letter to the central bank is to alert the central bank that there is a fraud, that this has occurred. We will also include that same details of the fraud in what we call the board report. There's a report that we do periodically to the board. And so that report will be part of the board pack that was uploaded onto a platform for board members to view during board meetings.
So how often do you want to compliance board? Or review on focusing on IS customers?
It's daily, continuous. It's a continuous process. It's a continuous process, daily, every day. It's going on.
So you do it on a daily basis?
Yes.
And you report on a daily basis?
No, you review, there are two things.
Yeah.
You review,
It's
it's a continuous process.
yes.
When the review throws out a material exception, then that's when we then do a report, and that report forms part of the board pack. It's uploaded and sent to the board. That's on the compliance side. And if there's any issue that has to, we have to file an STR on social transaction report. That report is also prepared and sent to the FIU.
So how often do you have, what is your collaboration with the oversight bodies and regard to finance customers?
Yes, so for the high risk customers, once we monitor and something comes up, we have to report to the regulator and also report to the board.
So when you report, they get back to you or you do together?
Most of the time, if you report to the board, it is then discussed at the board meeting for maybe for additional direction or additional advice. Whatever report goes to the central government committee, and we have to get back to us, they will get back to us with any direction that they want to give.
Thank you very much, Coach. I think those are the ones. Maybe any matter of the international community before we go on.
Thank you, Honorable. Any supplementary?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Thank you very much for the opportunity given us to come and appear before the committee for doing the deliberations. We as a bank, we always want to be help the development markets wherever we find ourselves in. And in Gambia, we are here to ensure that we help the development of the Gambian market, and whatever we need to do and have to do, we will do it to ensure that Gambia wins, and the people of Gambia can also move forward. So thank you once again for the opportunity. Honorable Chair and Honorable Members. This is very much appreciated. Thank you once again. All right. One minute. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.